Hey guys, this is Jared Miller again, coming with another little inspirational video, if you will. I kind of wanted to share a couple little moves that I don't see done a whole lot, at least in the videos that I've seen. Of course, there's probably a number of them out there nowadays that can kind of give you a lot of this information. And granted, I haven't seen all of Ken's videos, so he may have definitely covered these in some of them. So I apologize for the redundancy if there is any. But one thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is these reverse figure eight wrist rolls or hand rolls, whatever you want to call them. I just don't see a lot of people do too many of these modifications on this particular move, so I was going to kind of share a few individual steps, and I can break apart these moves if you'd like some instruction on how to perform each individual move. But I kind of was linking a few of these together so some people who might have had a little bit of experience with them can tie them together. So one that I like to do is this, and I haven't really found a name for this yet, but I think it was Malik, if I'm saying that right, Malik Gibbs, sorry if I butchered that, referred to this as a reverse torque move, where it kind of rolls off your wrists as it switches directions here each way. So what's cool about this one is you can do a lot of things with it. If you come around as it's rotating on one of your sides here, you can spin, and now all of a sudden you're doing front waves like this. You do another little switcheroo and you're back to the reverse section. So from here, what this move can be done, or what you can do with this move, is take it and start doing your reverse figure eight hand rolls. And again, same principle with that torque move. If you spin around, you can start doing your front. And let me demonstrate this from the side a little bit here so I can show you that as well. So say we're doing our torque version here, and a little 180 spin, and now you're doing a frontwards. And it's a little bit different because you don't need to use your wrist to accomplish the motion here. So which is why when you tuck it, it comes back over your wrist when you're doing it again. And there's a number of different variations. You can do the basic, like stick forward, to where it's just figure eight rolling on your wrist. You can do 1/2, essentially a 3-beat, where you're doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or you can do a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So you can kind of switch that up a little bit. So there's definitely a little bit of variation to that. So now what I was saying is when you're doing your reverse figure eight hand rolls, is it just comes from this same reverse grip torque motion. You just pop your first one there and you go there. So now if any of you know your front hand transfer figure eight, where you do this sort of thing, you can do the same thing in reverse. You just have to catch it on the reverse stick.
So what I wanted to show here was how the motion is exactly working. You can see as it transfers to each hand, I'm doing the back half of that reverse torque motion. You can see it comes over my wrist and then back across, over my wrist and back across, and again.
And again, same principle. If you're doing it reverse this way, a 180 spin, you're going to be doing it forward. So I'll demonstrate that really quick. So I'm doing my reverse figure eight wrist roll, hand transfers. Or hand roll, I should say. And a little side spin, and now I'm doing it frontwards. And same thing, you just spin it around. And that's where you can start getting into some cool motions like that, to where you're going front and back comfortably into these whole series of combos. So basically what I've covered so far is we've got our little torque motion here, whether or not you're doing your 3-beat, your 4-beat, or your 2-beat, whatever's more comfortable for you, to our, oops, I'm skipping a step, to our reverse figure eight hand rolls, to the reverse figure eight hand roll hand transfer. So now for the fun one that we can do after this. So again, this is kind of based on, if you guys are familiar with the front premise, if you're doing this hand transfer here, you can turn it into an aerial by just giving it one rotation in between each one. Or again, however many you want to do. If you want to throw a couple and catch it, you can. It's your choice. You know, as the spinner, there's no designated set. So what you can do is similar to this motion here. You can also do it in reverse. The reverse is very tricky because you have to catch it in reverse grip, underhand catch. So it can be a little bit tricky. So we're here. So you go here. And that's exactly what you don't do. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. So, and this isn't even one that's, kind of tricky for me to do 100% of the times anyway. So as you can see, even me right now, I'm not really always 100% fluid with it, but the move does work. So you can go, and you can even do reverse hand transfer aerials if you want. Ow, that was my knee. So basically what that comes from is you just do a little bit of wrist, little flick, catch, little flick, catch, little flick, catch. And that version there, based on, so what I'm doing here is the torque. I guess it'd be like a torque hybrid, because once you catch it, it does the back half of the torque, and then you let go and catch it again in reverse grip, and then back half of the torque and let go again. So that's kind of a hybrid torque aerial cross, if you will. Again, some of these moves are still under development as far as their names are concerned. And you can do this the single hand, which is really cool too. You just have to pay attention. You're basically switching from front to reverse grip as you do it. Woo! But there's definitely some potential here in these moves. And this
Here, I just wanted to slow it down a little bit and show you guys the motion of that aerial maneuver. So as you can see, it does the back half of the torque. As it comes back up, I let go and release, reverse underhand catch. Back half of the torque comes around, again let go, again reverse underhand catch, and then basically just repeat the motion.
the tricky one, because you're catching underhand reverse style like that. So that one can be kind of funky, because you have to let it come over your hand and then catch it to where you're like that. So it's almost like you're catching it right here as it's rotating, coming up into your hand, and then it finishes, and then you do your torque motion here. As it comes back around, then you can flip it again. So those are some different variations on the moves that you can incorporate into that. So have fun.